Title: Punchlines, not progress. Academic heavyweight Dyson shreds SCOTUS affirmative action verdict. Dark skin. TLDR, hold on to your seats, folks, because Dr. Michael Eric Dyson is making waves, and they're about to hit your news feed hard. The esteemed professor from Vanderbilt University is fit to burst after the Supreme Court's latest decision to deep six affirmative action. His take: he reckons it's a straight-up backhand to black communities across the nation. Let's dissect this raging tempest, shall we? Professor Dyson, an intellectual titan and a cultural critic renowned for his eloquent speeches, recently came out swinging against the 6 justices who decided to pull the plug on affirmative action, an initiative historically aimed at leveling the societal playing field. But before we dive into his compelling arguments, let's first pause and wonder, does the decision reflect societal evolution, or are we moonwalking back to darker times? Dyson's fury ain't about vanity, y'all, it's about equality, we might imagine him saying. His fiery comments suggest that the Supreme Court's decision is nothing less than a resounding gong, echoing the repeated failures to address racial inequality. He's of the opinion that black people are, as he puts it, getting screwed all over again. But how did we get here, and more importantly, where do we go from here? It's important to remember that affirmative action wasn't just a policy decision, it was a hope, a promise, a small light at the end of a tunnel of systemic discrimination. Its aim: to ensure everyone gets a fair shot, regardless of their racial or ethnic backgrounds. But with this recent decision, that light may have just become a little dimmer. How are we supposed to view this, folks? A strategic move or a step back? Now, let's have a reality check. Is this ruling just a reflection of the times, or is it the resurgence of a sinister past we've been working so hard to leave behind? Is it a fair assessment of today's societal values, or does it signify the rampant persistency of racial prejudice? As the dust settles on this seismic shift, we need to take a moment to question what the fallout could be. Could this lead to a wider societal backlash, or is it merely an acknowledgement of progress made, thus far? Ultimately, is this verdict the dawning of a new era, or the reawakening of an old nightmare? Remember, friends, we're not advocating or recommending anything here at Turned Up News. We're just here to shed some light and spark some conversations. With that being said, we turn to you, the audience. To close this out, let's pose a question that's been playing on our minds here at Turned Up News. Could the abolition of affirmative action lead to a renaissance of racial equality, or is it merely a facade masking a potential resurgence of societal inequality? And to take it a step further, how can we ensure that measures aimed at social justice are not reduced to mere symbols, but are tools for real, lasting change? Your thoughts, readers?